Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Markus and today I'll outline the 3 main ingredients that you should consider before you're getting into property. On this channel we document our property developments, so I'll leave a link up there. If you're interested, go check it out. Over the past 4 years we have set up just over 40 rental units in the UK, and we got approached by a couple of folks who were wondering how do they get into property, what do they need to consider, and we've narrowed it down to 3 main points that I would like to discuss with you today. So the first ingredient is time. Property does indeed require some time, and that time falls into several different categories. So that's, for example, time for viewings. You want to go out and view properties, so you need to spend certain time to get to the property, look around in the property, speak to the agent, then go back to your area research. Is it a good area? Maybe you have already done that, but still it needs time to do that. You need time for networking with people, because there's so many people involved in property that you first need to build up your circle of people that you can approach when you need them. So these are your agents, your builders, and various different people like accountants. You want to stay up to date with legislation, so that is time spent on reading what is new, what is coming, how does it affect you as a landlord. Think about your accreditations. How do you keep up to date with your landlord accreditations? You need certificates for the property, that needs arranging, that costs time. When you have tenants, obviously, when you're a landlord, you probably will have tenants. These need to be managed, so that is time. The property needs to be kept in shape, there's maintenance to be done, all these things require time. And last but not least, if you're operating via a limited company, there's a company tax return that needs to be filed. It's a bit different from your usual tax return, and all this requires time. So how much time do you have available to do all these things, and does that fit into your schedule? The second main ingredient is knowledge. And that is, first of all, well, again, knowledge about your area, about property in general. You probably want to know a bit about tenant rights, what can they do, what are your responsibilities as a landlord. So that is, first, you need time to learn about it, but then second, you also need to understand that, keep up to date with that knowledge and apply it in the right circumstances. When you do conversions, you want to make sure that you know how to manage the trades, you know a little bit about building regulations, knowledge about planning rules, permitted development, licensing by any chance, knowledge about ways to add value to your properties, a little bit about tax knowledge. That certainly helps when you have a property portfolio. So plenty of things that you should know a little bit about, and that's definitely one pillar that you should consider. And the third point is capital. When you invest in properties in the UK, you need capital for a deposit. If you want to refurbish a property, that requires capital for the refurbishment of that property. So you need to know how much do you have available, how much can you spend, if you borrow it, at what rates, what loan durations do you get. However, you don't need to have all 3 ingredients in place all at once. I give you an example. We, for example, when we started out, we had the time and the knowledge, but we didn't necessarily have all the capital that we needed to do all our projects. So that's why we reached out to people who have the capital, but not necessarily the time and the knowledge. And therefore, we created a win-win situation where both parties benefit, and we could build up our property portfolio while other people could grow their funds. If you want to know the reasons that got us into property investing, I made a separate video that I'll link up there, so make sure to check that one out as well. So think about, how does that apply to you? Do you have the time, the knowledge, or the capital? And what do you lack and what do you need? And when you're clear about all those 3 key ingredients, you're already better prepared to build your property portfolio or grow your capital. Hope you found this useful. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below, like and subscribe, and I shall catch you on the next one. Over the past few...
Julebit, it's not so formal, like...
that you should consider before you're getting into property. Was it hovering? Mm-hmm. I'll link a video up there, so go make sure to check that one out.
So go make sure you